also on your blog, you said, you stated that a bad move doesn't have to be your last move. You know what I'm saying? Add on a bit about that.
Yeah, because like when you, let's talk about back to when I was 20 and I was facing life for 20 years. Mm-hmm. Like, and the sad thing about all of that was I didn't give a fuck. You see what I'm saying? I didn't blink. I didn't cry, foul. I'm like, everything. When you live a certain lifestyle, it got a flip side. And those that understand that flip side, they don't never fold. No matter how harsh it is, don't think I wasn't hurting. But I was like, yo, fuck, this is what it is. I'm going to win.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Where did that come from? Where did that mentality come from?
Yeah, I'm going to win?
Yeah, like...
That just is in me, yo. That's just in me. I'm going to win. Like,
you said that's a John Gotti. It was a John Gotti. Like,
yeah, I'm going to win. Like, but I didn't win. So it's a bad move. Anytime you make a bad move, like, people feel like their life is over. Nah, sometimes that bad move puts you in a position of where you gotta really analyze your life now. You gotta really analyze like what your tomorrow gonna look like. Because on one sense, you ain't got no choice. But if you do it consciously, then you can construct what you need to construct to put yourself in a better position tomorrow, no matter how that tomorrow look like.
Now, what did you think when you got sentenced? Like, what was your mentality?
My mother was in the audience. My baby sister was in the audience. One of my partners that came down there with them, brought them down because I was in Virginia. And I'm like, and I'm looking. I'm like, was these people at the same trial? And it shows me how effective that once you charge a person with conspiracy, the level of proving that you guilty, the bar lowers. Because now it's like another person can say, yeah, you did A, B, or C, whether it's true or not.
Right.
You see, and it's like it could be no physical evidence against you, none whatsoever, but somebody testifying on you that you played whatever part they saying you played. And for some people that got cowardly hearts, it's beneficial for them to rope you into the situation for they can get less time. When, like I'm not going to say that I was innocent, you know what I mean? I played a part, but the part that they said I played, I didn't play.
They exaggerated it.
Of course they exaggerated, but what I knew overall, like, I know everything. You see what I'm saying? So, and let's just leave that. Like, this is leave that at that.
Right. So, going from that point, you said you face how many years?
I was facing life in 28. So I don't know. All I know is I'm facing life in 28, but you don't really know how much you're going to get until you get sentenced. And they don't sentence you right there on the spot. They sentence you like a few weeks after that.
Right.
And so now I'm like, damn, like yo, I'm looking at my charges because I got first degree murder, attempt murder, guns, conspiracy. I'm like, I'm from New York. Like, I'm like, damn.
You think that they trying to hang you, basically?
That's a fact. So then when sentencing time came, the judge, see, I took a jury instead of a judge. If I took a judge, I probably would have fared a little bit better. But he told me, he said, had you tipped me, you wouldn't have got what you got. So after the jury, they was like, so they gave me 30. They started them 10, 30, 7, 8. They just started naming numbers. I'm like, I looked at this lawyer, I said, yo, what the fuck is they talking about?
You didn't even know what they mean, none of the terminology.
They talking too many numbers.
Right.
Like, what? I said, yo, so I was like, he was like, then he added it up, because only me and one of my other co-defendants went to trial. He was like, you still got less than him. I shook my head, I said, yo, what the fuck is you talking about? I said, yo, tell them to run that concurrent. Concurrent meaning that they take all the other smaller numbers and run it into the big number, and you only have one number. So the judge was like, nah, consecutive, meaning that now you got to add everything up together. So when you add it up, it was 55 years.
Wow.
So I was like, shit. And I didn't know at the time, because I'm thinking 55, in New York, you get 55 to life. You got to do like 55 to life before you start going up for parole. So,
55 years straight, basically.
Yeah. So I'm like, damn, I'm 20. I say, this is rap.
You think you ain't gonna come home to like 70?
Yeah. So, but then when I get in, when I get up the road and stuff, and I look at my update sheets, I had 55 years with parole. So, so it was light at the end of the tunnel. So, but the way that the politics of Virginia was, or the United States was, under the truth of sentencing laws, because New York went to the 85%. They call it the 85% law, but it's really called the truth of sentencing law. All that came out with Biden and Hillary Clinton. They was calling us super predators and all that type of stuff. People that's why a lot of people like, yo, I ain't voting for Biden. This dude, like, he wrote that crime bill.
Right.
And so, but on the state level, they gave states money to incentivize them going to 85% too. So I didn't fall under that. I fell under the old law, so I still have parole. But anybody that caught a charge in 95 and on, they got 85%. So if somebody else would have got the same time I got, he got to do 53 years.
Right. But you caught the case. This
in
is
94.
94.
So
A year before. Wow.
A year before. So, but the politics of Virginia was straight conservative. So the parole rate was like 2%. So they was making people max out. So when I looked at my now, like, realistically, I was like, yo, I'm probably not gonna come home until like 2028 to 2032. And realistically, based off of what I saw politically down there, like I think my first month or my first 3 months inside the penitentiary, the dude hung himself. He had went up for parole 18 times, and he hung himself. So my cell faced at the boulevard, so I can look out the window. So we on lock. I see them rushing to a building, and they coming out with a gurney with a bag on it, with a person in the bag. So then when people went to medical, for whatever reason, they came back and was like, yo, what's her name? Hung himself. So I'm like, and it's like, yo, he went up for parole 18 times. I said, he went up for parole 18 times. How much time did he do all together? And what type of state of mind did he have that he felt like, yo, it's better to just hang myself than to keep going up for parole and being turned down? So these are things that I'm like, at the time, now I'm 21 at the time. So these are things that's conditioning in me. I'm like, I'm stuck at this joint. I was still fighting my case, like I fought my case for 5 years inside until I couldn't fight no more. Like I didn't lay down,
Right.
But I fought like until I was 25, and I realized, you gotta beg, like you gotta lace your boots.
So you didn't realize that you had something until at that 5 years.
Yeah.
Fighting it.
Yeah. So
and at the time you're 25 now.
Yeah, I'm 25 now. And I'm like, I think it was one of the guys I was dealing with. We was on a spot called Southampton. Matter of fact, when Nat Turner did his thing, that's like one of the second oldest prisons in United States. It's closed down, but it was called Southampton Correctional Center. And it's like the second oldest. So I'm in a single cell. He came to my cell. I was like, he said, when we talked later, he said, yo, son, I didn't even talk. He said, you was laid on your bunk, you had the envelope in your hand, and you was just like this, like, he was like, he said, I didn't even bother you, I just kept it moving. I was like, yeah, son, because when you get that legal mail and that just like hit you, just like, it's another look, man, you know what I mean? So you got to process that, you know what I mean? But I've always been the type of person, I rest for like 10, 15 minutes. Once I get up, it's like, yo, it is what it is.
Right.
And, you got to bid.
If Mecca did this.